it, and it's like, oh, she's straight,
Because
she's, that type of thing. But if one time a man can do it 50 fucking years ago and he's still gay.
Well, it's because we live. I've talked this before. We live in a patriarchal society. Men are threatened by other gay men because they threaten their sexuality and the fact they have to face it, the fact that they slept with a boy in high school or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? It brings up all these issues for other men, but not for women. So men are threatened by it, but not women. That's why I think.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
Well, and the funny thing is, I mean, we're the ones that know all the straight boys that wanted to hang out with the gay boys in high school.
Of course.
So now they're all married, and I'm like, well, what you don't know.
Okay.
Small town Oklahoma is a small town. I tell you what, but I would never, ever, ever put anybody on blast like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good. Well, that leads me to what happened with, I don't know if you saw the interview with Danny Pintaro.
I didn't actually see it, but I've seen the headlines and.
I want to reiterate for you. I want to tell you about it because what happened is, I mean, I saw the interview and it was very uncomfortable. And Candace
that way.
Yeah, Candace. What's her fucking name?
Candace Cameron Bure.
Thank you. She and her,
Raven as well, right?
Raven Simone. Yes, they or Simone, whatever the fuck she says. They interviewed him, and I felt it was a safe interview because Raven was there, and she's bi or whatever she is, or queer or whatever. And I figured, of course, Candace would be somewhat hard on him because she's very religious and all that shit. So they asked him one of the things that Candace asked him was, I'll start with Raven. She said, his boyfriend was in the audience. She goes, which one of you is the top and which one of you is the bottom?
Ugh.
And because
on national television,
and national TV on The View, and I was like, "What? Are you kidding me?" I would have said, "Bitch, are you on top or bottom when you have sex?" I mean, come on. I mean, It's not your fucking business. And the reason she was asking is because Danny was saying that they still have a sexual relationship, and she said, "Are you a top or bottom?" Because she was trying to find out which one was more at risk, I guess. But I felt it was a really insensitive and rude question to ask them. Would you ask anyone that question or just a gay person? You'd ask a gay person that. No one asks a heterosexual person, are you on top when you get fucked? I mean,
Yeah.
So I thought that was rude. And then the other thing was Candace had said to him during her questions to him, she said, the whole interview, he's talking about how he takes responsibility for what happened to him. But then she goes, so you admit that it's your lifestyle choices that led to this diagnosis. And he said, yes, absolutely, I admit it was my lifestyle choices. But, the fact that he had actually had unprotected sex and was on meth and things like that, that's what he meant. But the way she said it was more like
judgmental.
You're a homosexual, and this is what happens when you're gay.
Yeah.
I want to let families out there know is what she said, blah, blah, blah. So I just found it really insulting and rude. And what do you think about their questions to him?
Well, first, like I said, because I didn't really watch it, but is he promoting something? I keep seeing him doing all these interviews.
Yes. That's what I want to know.
What is he? Why is he doing a media tour?
He quit his job at Papa Do's as a manager because that's what he was doing. And now he is promoting awareness for HIV and trying to get back in the news because it's still a disease, and gay men who are on meth and things like that and getting addicted to it still. That's his. And it's some particular foundation or something. I can't remember, but that's what he's promoting.
Oh, okay.
Crickets. Wow.
I mean, okay.
He said he wants to be. He said he wants to be the.
Sure, I'm glad he's doing something that's a good cause.
He wants to be the poster boy. He said for this issue, and so that's why he's doing it. He says so. Anyway, what do you think about the questions though? Do you think they were rude or do you think they were acceptable?
No, they were extremely rude. Technically, it's none of their business.
Right. I thought they were just really rude. I thought hers was really couched in bigotry,
I mean, that's just like me asking them, I'm like, what, do you like your husband, Candace, to do the ATM transaction when you're fucking? I mean, like, seriously, I mean, that's just as a, not so good question to ever ask. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't like Candace as it is.
Well, I can't stand her at all. I think she's just she obviously does not like gay people. Of course, her brother, who he is, and he's totally anti-gay. So, I mean, she's just an extension of that, and I really think they're horrible. What do you think, Christian?
I think it'll be interesting to see how long she gets to stay on the show because she continues to get headlines, but maybe that's what The View wants. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's why they're getting rid of the other one, and she's the new
What other one?
Republican face. The other gal that was on there, the other Republican gal, the one everybody liked.
Elizabeth Hasselbeck?
No, the one that was the Republican. She worked in the White House.
Oh, Nicole Wallace.
Yeah, the one that got rid of.
Because she wasn't divisive and she wasn't like
people liked her.
Right, they did. I liked her, even though I'm a Democrat, or liberal.
That's what I'm saying, so,
okay. Well, so talk about what's going on with Kesha.
Yeah, so if you guys have noticed, Kesha's kind of been off the scene for a little bit, and going back to what we said earlier about JoJo and her contractual, binding, the same thing is happening to Kesha. Long story short, Kesha had put in a lawsuit to get out of her contract, saying that Dr. Luke, who is a producer, who's, I guess, over her management team, and it's in their contract and so on and so forth, he's a huge producer. I mean, every mega pop star he's worked with, every mega #1 song he's written. So she's saying that he body shamed her. He made her feel insecure. He molested her. He basically gave her like all these twisted mind issues. He messed with her artistic creativity. Just basically all this stuff, negative stuff about him to try to get out of her contract, to say that it wasn't a healthy working relationship anymore. So hoping that would get her out. Unfortunately, it kind of backfired, and now he's filing defamation, and the record label has frozen her on releasing any music, doing any projects.
Wow.
Because they own her. You know what I mean? They own Kesha.
Right.
So Kesha can't do any TV shows or radio gigs, concerts, release any music, nothing until this lawsuit is dealt with, which you guys know how this stuff goes. It's going to take a long time. So they're trying to get the process sped up. Kesha's mom, the reason why this story is in the media today is because Kesha's mom had tweeted, if you want to tell the record label, to kind of push it to release her, to finish out her contract, you guys need to, picket. You need to make signs. You need to go hoot and holler outside of the Sony buildings in L.A. and New York. So it's a sad situation. We'll see what happens. But unfortunately, I think Kesha was just a trend. And the longer we wait, the more and more the general public's going to forget about her, unfortunately.
I've already forgot about her. I mean, because I honestly, to be honest with you, I cannot name a single song by Kesha.
It's that one song I know. I can't remember what it's called.
TikTok.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, come on. Her first album had quite a lot of hits, but
she's like, as you said, she's owned by Sony Records or whatever, and she's a product of theirs, and so she kind of is. I mean, it's kind of sad to me because when I hear of artists being in this kind of situation where they give away their power as an artist, their name essentially, in order to get a record label or record deal, I think that's horrible. It's sad, even if it's somebody I don't like. I think artists. I'm always for artists of any kind keeping control of their image, And she didn't. That's really sad because now how's she going to make money?
Right. And the thing is, I'm sure she's still getting her royalties and things like that, but of course people aren't buying the music. There's no new songs.
She could come out with another name and still release.
I mean, and she's probably, and who knows if she has the rights to her music or not, but hopefully so.
I would say no.
No, well, she doesn't have the right to her music probably, but she has the right to come out under a different name and release new music under someone else's. Unless they have it exclusively, like you can't record music anywhere else either. I don't know.
Right. So she said she's working on music, and as soon as she can legally divide herself and release it, she will. But we'll see. I have a feeling this is going to be quite a long haul for her. So, which is sad. It's really sad.
How sad.
I mean, it sucks for her. It really does. But
speaking of music, did either of you listen to Janet's new album?
I listened to a little bit of it today.
Okay. I listened to it the first time and I was like, yeah, it's okay. But then I listened to it again and I really like it. I liked it more the second time, and then the third time I heard it, I really like it more. So I like it the more I
So
listen.
it's one of those albums that kind of grows on you.
Yes. And there's been Madonna albums like that for me as well, but this is one of those Janet albums that are like that for me, where I've had to listen to it a couple times.
The more you get to know it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then speaking of another album, let me be clear. I did not buy this album, okay?
Okay.
Did not buy this album. Someone else bought it, and I happened to
What's-Her-Face's-
listen to it in their car.
It's
Tamar
Braxton.
Braxton.
Yes.
So good, right?
I didn't like it.
Okay, whatever. It's an amazing record.
I
It's 17 songs of vocal powerhouse.
I think she has like 2 songs I like on the entire album.
I tried to listen to it, but I didn't finish. So
King is really good. Sex Over Nonsense is really good. Circles is good. If I Don't Have You is good. Coming Home. Oh my god, that one made me cry. Oh gosh, the whole thing. I mean, there are 3 or 4 that I'm like,
Yeah.
Making Love. If you're into like dance music, Making Love is really good.
I'll try. And listen to
I
it
love
later,
the record, but I'm a huge Tamar fan.
Yeah, I
so.
listened to like the first song, and I was like, no, I didn't like
That's
it.
how I was. I mean, I just kind of just skimmed over them. I mean, there were some cute ones, but
Well,
no.
you're either a fan or not. Apparently, you're not really much of a fan, obviously. But
Yeah,
and I'm
no.
not either because I don't really know her that much. But obviously, we know Christian loves her. So that's
If you're gonna listen to one song on the record, listen to King.
King?
That song,
Okay.
King. It's a beautiful song, absolutely beautiful. Her vocals are incredible.
I'll listen to it.
If you want a good ballad, like a good
Well,
R&B
I'm all
ballad.
about ballads. I love ballads.
If you want a sexy song, Making Love is really, really good.
Okay, so noted. Anyway, Perez Hilton and his whole bathtub gate thing. It's so stupid, but what do y'all think?
Wait,
So
what
did you
happened?
guys? So Perez Hilton posted a photo, and I'll basically explain the photo. So it's a selfie of him shirtless in the bathtub. We can't really tell if there's an underwear situation or a boxer situation or a swim trunk or if it's naked. I don't know.
He says
like
he's wearing a trunk, though.
He said he did.
Yeah, he says he's wearing trunks. Yeah.
Okay. So it's an above photo, right? And then the background is his toddler child who's in the bathtub with him, and their smiles, and the caption on the photo was, "Our only rule in this house is to have fun." Now, people are throwing a fit because they're saying it's inappropriate. They're saying he's a pedophile. How could you post a photo of this, like your child, on the internet and with you naked in the tub with him? Like, that's so sick. So, that brings the question, at what point is what's oversharing on social media? What's appropriate? What's not? I know personally I have a lot of friends that are new moms, so on Facebook I see a lot of toddler tits.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't mind. I don't mind it. I don't look at kids like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna post that, you're putting your child at risk.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't look at it that way at all. I mean, for me, when I see a child, all I see is innocence. I don't see anything sexual at all. And
Right.
so I don't think, unless you're showing, maybe if you're showing their privates or something, that's a different thing. But if you're showing just that from like the neck, the waist up or whatever, that is fine to me. And as far as him being in the tub with his children, who are like, 2 and an infant or something.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to remember that, and it's not a big deal. I think Americans, we're so fucking puritanical about sex and bodies. It's just a body. First of all, he is wearing a swim trunk. He's confirmed that, and it's been confirmed. So he's not naked. And even if he were, I think it's only weird to people because it's a man. If that were the mother, they would not think 2 things about it.
I think they're also doing it because he's gay.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, yes, because he's
Because if this would have been a straight man or a woman,
Right.
no people would look at the picture and went on about their business.
I concur. I agree with you completely. I think it's a homophobic thing, and I also think it's a sexist thing. That's what I think. Because as I said, if it were a woman, it would not have been an issue at all. And,
Exactly.
And I don't think people think of it that way. But that woman on The View, what's her name? The new chick, Paula Ferris or whatever her name is. She was talking about this particular issue on the show the other day, and she was saying that she has an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they still take baths together. I thought 8 was kind of old.
Yeah, 8's a little bit old.
Don't you think that's old? I think 5 or 6
Yeah.
is the cutoff at the
yeah,
most.
it is a little old.
So I don't know, but I mean, I don't know. I don't have any kids, so it's hard for me to say. But I think it's
Yeah, I was a super independent kid. So by at 7, I was like, "Mom, go away." Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
she can imagine.
I can imagine. What about the whole girl, the AIDS drug owner thing?
So do you guys remember, we talked about this a few weeks ago, the guy who bought the rights to the AIDS medicine and then jacked up the price 9,000% or whatever?
Yes.
His name's Martin Schrekel.
Yes.
Well, He has a Tinder account, apparently, in New York City. And he is an eligible bachelor for anybody looking.
Ew.
And a girl matched with him and recognized him. And so he started the conversation with hi. I just first want to say, like, I'm happy to know that heterosexual people, you know, they get that message too. The just hi. Because I hate on dating apps. It's just...
Bloop. Bloop.
Hi. I'd rather just start with hi. You look gorgeous in your picture. Like, what are you up to? How's your day going? Not just hi. Anyway, so she matches with him, and she says in an acronym, basically,